If he does this, then I will do this. If he does it this way, then I will be that. If we are looking for people to be those leaders, who are we to tell them how they're supposed to lead? Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's your coach, Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. If you stay to the end, I'm going to explain why my arm is in a sling, because this is not what this video is about. This video is about why our husbands will like a wife with PUF, P-U-F. What does that mean, Coach Nyla? What does that mean? I will tell you what that means. A PUF means someone who can give peace, understanding, and is feminine. Yes, I said it. I said it. And whoever needs to hear it will hear it. Those who want to find out more about that are going to stay and listen in this video because there are going to be some people who will have a problem with what I just said. Because it's like, well, why do we have to give him peace? What about him giving us peace? What about him understanding our needs and our wants and these things like that? We have a number of videos on speaking directly to the men. Coach Nazir actually have a number of videos and programs that speak directly to the men. Right now, I'm talking about women who want to have fulfilling marriages with good men, great husbands, and that is providing PUF. And not only is that providing PUF for them, but for yourself as well. You want to be peaceful. You want to be understanding. You want to be feminine. I assume that you want to be because you are watching this video. And if you made it to this part of the video, in the comments, put down what part of PUF that you may be having a problem with, that you may be struggling with. With me, it used to be the femininity part, being feminine part. I am still the oldest child, oldest of 9. Was raised by a single mother who was raised by a single mother. So it was a lot of masculine energy. As much as I dressed feminine, as much as I like to look pretty and wear purses and dresses and everything like that, the energy was not feminine. I actually used to have a saying that I didn't want to feel like a punk, or I did not want people to think that I was a punk. That's masculine. If that is not masculine, I don't know what is. So anyway, I had to change that. So that was one of the issues that I had to fix within myself, because I want to be feminine. I wanted to be feminine. It's just that I was not used to that type of, I wasn't given that type of energy when I was growing up, because my mom had to do a whole lot of stuff and she had to give that masculine and feminine energy, but to run the ship like she did, without that, male role model that we had, that we should have had in our lives and that she should have had in hers, that masculine energy had to come from us, I guess. I digress. So, as I stated before, if you made it, put that in the comments of what part of PUF that you are looking to improve on, or that you may need some work on. So, why is it important for us to have that? Well, that helps us with our relationships. It helps us to have outstanding relationships, fulfilling relationships. If we give peace and we are peace, we are that peace, then it's easier for our husbands to talk to us about things that are going on in their lives, and because we have different identities. Yes, we may share our marital identity, but we also have our own individual identity. So things that our husbands are going through, we may not necessarily be privy to. We may not want to be privy to or need to be privy to some of them. But there are some things that our husbands may want to tell us. They may want to be vulnerable. They want that comfort. And in order for them to get that, we have to be peaceful. We have to be their peace. And we also have to be understanding that they have a lot going on. Yes, we do too. Yes, we do. I know. I know. But we're not talking about what we need right now, because the thing is that if we are that way to our husbands, mind you, if our husbands are good husbands, because that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about predators. We're not talking about abusers. We're not talking about tyrants, narcissists. We're not talking about them. We're talking about those good husbands that we married because we knew that they exude the energy and the mentality and the mindset to protect, provide, and exude personal power, to be assertive, to be what Kevin Samuels say or call CIA. And I know people that got triggered when I stated Kevin Samuels' name. Oh, girl, why did you do that? Yeah. He actually has some good information and some good tips. And that CIA stood for someone who is confident, who is intelligent, and who is assertive. And that's what we are looking for in our husbands. And I'm pretty sure that that's what we were looking for when we married them. Whether it was intentional or not, that was something that we want in the men who are leading our families, right? So that being said, in order to have that, we also have to have our part too.
Pardon the interruption. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you could thrive better in the community that's more supportive? Now, I already know the answer to that. But did you know that Outstanding Personal Relationships actually has a community that is supportive and where we really hang out a lot? It has a number of areas and things like, for example, I deal with the men in the Kings and Men section where we discuss a number of different men issues, whether it's polygyny related, parenting related, whatever it may be. This is where we communicate and connect.
And as an introvert, I love the idea of an online community. So we have that. And to be able to speak with like-minded people, speak with other wives, wives, whether you're an incoming wife, whether you're a first wife, you're a wife, period, in general, you only practicing monogamy, whatever the case may be, to be able to be in a community with people who understand what you're going through, understand any type of issues you have, and also being in a place where you have support from others, where it's not all over social media for everybody else to see.
Yes, and it is a safe space. So if you guys want to see us or if you want to connect with us, come to our community.
Indeed. And like they said, it's private. All right. So you don't have to worry about your stuff being all over the place or all on social media, trying to find the comments and go scroll. We have the subjects. We have all this type of stuff. Just go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com. Look on the top of the page. Click on community. We look forward to seeing you there. Back to the video.
And that's being PUFs. That's having that. Being peaceful. Being understanding. Being feminine. Or what Kevin Samuels actually says or calls FBIs, someone who's feminine, who is, if I can try to remember it, he said feminine, beautiful, and inspiring. I want to say that that's what he said FBI stands for. And so being able to be that way for our husbands allows them to be what they should be for us. And I know people are like, oh, well, they should do this. If they do this, then I will do that. So it doesn't work like that all the time. In order for him to be what we want them to be for us, we have to be those things for them. And I know there may be many people out there that say, well, I would rather it be the other way. I would rather, if I do this for him, then he can do it for him. If he does this for me, if he does this, then I will do this. If he does it this way, then I will be that. If we are looking for people to be those leaders, who are we to tell them how they're supposed to lead? Yes, we can be encouraging, raising them up like that, being encouraging, not being their mother, not being their boss, but being that inspiration. And if we are that inspiration to them, they can come to us. We can encourage them to let them know that they can handle anything that they set their minds out to, because we have their back, because we're going to be their peace. We're going to be the ones that understand them. Even if there are things that they do that we may not totally understand, but we do respect the fact that there are some things that they will have to do that we wouldn't have to think about. in order for us to enjoy the lives that we enjoy as wives. And if we're able to do that, then we should be able to be their peace. We should be able to be their source of understanding, or their place where they can get understanding, as well as be feminine, where they enjoy looking at us, being with us, and surrounding themselves with our energy. So that's PUF in a nutshell, and why it's important. You know, it's important for our relationships all around the board. It's important for us as women to have that. It's important for us as women to have that so our husbands can enjoy that. It's a win-win. Regardless of how people want to see it, it is a win-win. So thank you guys for sticking through to the end of this video. As I promised, why I have this sling on my arm. So I got into a car accident years ago, when the second from the youngest child, when I was pregnant with my second from the youngest son or child, period. And apparently, because I was pregnant, they couldn't do all the tests and everything like that they needed to do. And to find out that I have like permanent damage to my rotator cuff or my shoulder or whatever the case may be. And from time to time, it causes a bunch of different issues. And on top of that, I have rheumatism. So, you know, and those who are familiar with rheumatism or rheumatoid arthritis, it's not like osteoarthritis or like when you get arthritis when you're older. It's not that. You can actually have it as a child, and it's an autoimmune disorder. So it also causes issues with your joints and other stuff. So it's not easy for me to work out like I want to, because apparently I worked out, aggravated my shoulder, and it's been jacked up for a good 3 days. I think this might be day number 4. It's getting a little better, but I had to put it in a sling because I like to move a lot and shift on my shoulder and everything like that. And it just wasn't productive for the healing of my shoulder. So that's why it's in the sling. Yeah, probably wasn't it was like anticlimactic, right? But yeah, so that's the reason why it's in the sling. And that's that. So thank you guys for sticking through and hearing my weird, crazy story of why my arm is in a sling. And in the comments, put PUF, P-U-F. If you made it this far, really? If you made it this far, put PUF in the comments. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Inshallah, God willing, I will see you in the next video. Make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. It's your coach, Coach Nyla. Inshallah, I will see you soon. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships.
And make sure you sign up for our email list. And you can actually email us at support@Outstanding Personal Relationships, where you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored, as well as exclusive access to our lives and bonuses.
Absolutely. If you're looking for more polygyny education, make sure you visit polygamy masterclass.com. Now, if you're looking for coaching or counseling with either Coach Fatimah or Coach Nyla, you can find them at.
Make sure you visit me at CoachFatimah.com.
And myself at CoachNyla.com.
That's how we can help you. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.